Hi, everybody. If you're able to join us while we're live, cool. If not, we're going to record this. If this is your first time with us, hi, I'm Dr. Nikita, Verbal Chiropractic, and the founder of the Crash and Burnout Club. And we meet together once a month in the school community to discuss the harder things and to help community, or rather have community, so that we could get through the harder times, right? So today I have my favorite lawyer and yours, Amina Bakari Green, and she's gonna teach us how to have the conversations we keep putting off, right? So we need to learn a plan for the people we love. We're gonna learn how that convo looks today. So a topic most of us avoid, and it's not because we don't care, we love y'all, but it's because it's very uncomfortable, really awkward, right? Like the truth is, having a plan sometimes feels like we're expecting the worst. And depending on your culture, sometimes it's even calling in the evil, right? So it's a no, that's not what I'm trying to do, but we need to have these conversations because, I want you to live to 80, 90, 100. But what does that look like? And what does it look like if we don't? God forbid, God forbid. So introducing Amina from ABG Legal. All her information will be down there. And she helps families and business owners create that clarity and that peace of mind by, in my perspective, very calmly and confidently with that peace in these types of things, and how to talk the ones we love through the worst, right? So it's about loving everyone while they're here, but preparing for the when they're not. Okay. All right. So my first question, Amina. Yes. Oh, bless it. Well, first off, I know you. We go back a bit now, but they don't. So tell them about yourself, about your firm, and what got you in this.
So yes, Amina Bakari Green. My firm is ABG Legal, just a solo firm, just me. I do estate planning and probate work. So on the estate side, that would include drafting wills, trusts, maybe specialized trusts for asset protection, special needs trusts, or Medicaid planning trusts. On the probate side, that would include after someone has passed and they had assets in their name, that has to go through the probate process. But there's also before death probate that could involve guardianship and or conservatorship. Mm-hmm. So I help people through those processes through the court as well.
Okay. And what made you so passionate about this whole end of life bit?
Just naturally being a planner type person. This is the one thing we are guaranteed to happen. Death. So we don't know when, we probably don't know how, but we know it will happen. So let's plan for it. That will be one thing. Taking the time to plan will never be considered a waste because it will come that you have to use the plan. So not having a plan is just it puts you in an inevitable situation of just having confusion and you don't know what to expect. The people that you leave behind are just going to have a lot of questions and have to figure things out. So having the plan when the inevitable happens, the plan's ready and everything should be much easier.
Like, I love your stories. I hate that this happens to people, but it happens. But go ahead and give us one of the what happens when people don't have these conversations and set these plans. Don't make it too scary. And don't make it too sad either. But reality is reality, and sometimes we just need that.
Yes.
So, okay, give it to me, coach.
So I guess kind of there's two scenarios of like a nightmare situation. You will assume that parents are dying and the children are left having to figure things out. It can be the obvious bad situation where the parents knew their children didn't get along even while they were alive. And that might be why they avoided having the conversations and really having to make decisions that may not have been fair between the children. And once the parents are gone, it does, in fact, blow up, and the kids have to deal with it head on, and it's not going to be pretty. The other situation is you may think your kids get along. They always have, but it's not until you're gone. And now the question of what's actually going to happen with your stuff now starts to create a rift between kids that otherwise always got along. So you thought you didn't need to have the plan. They're going to figure it out. They're going to split everything equally, and it's going to be just fine. In both of those situations is exactly when you needed a plan.
That's it.
And to be able to say exactly what you want to happen. If you want everything to be equal, put it in your plan. If you have one kid that's a little more responsible and they're good with money, and they'll make sure that it gets split equally, but they should be the one in charge of that process, then give them the control and the power to do that.
Okay. What have you noticed is some of the myths why people don't plan? Like, I get it. And I'll be honest, I ain't got a plan right now. I am flying by the seat of my pants, hence the crash and burn club, right? We're in this together, but this is like,
but it's not too late.
It's not. It's never too late unless you're dead.
Exactly.
But like as we learn and grow, we navigate, grab more people on. So share this with a friend, especially if they're like have humans they care about. But what are some of the myths and the fears? One of my observed, all my culture is, we're Caribbean. So, I mean, that's not my problem. I work so hard kind of things, but it is your problem.
Yeah.
It is. And it's like, well, when you're dead, you're gone. Was that make a difference to you? It made such a difference to the people behind you.
Yes.
We have a family habit of just telling the other person, oh, say get this from that one. So just give it back to her when I'm dead. Give it to her now.
Yeah.
So.
Or write it down. So don't just say it.
Right.
Hope they remember, and everyone's going to agree that that's what you actually said. Yeah.
So what's a myth that you've come across?
I hear, just the thought a lot of the moment you write it down and you make it official, we've signed everything, you're going to drop it dead the next day.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you that has not happened yet to any of my clients, not the next day. But if you did, in fact, drop dead the next day, wouldn't you be so much more relieved to know that you just signed your plan and you left everyone behind with some answers?
I would be.
You'd feel better.
I wouldn't.
Okay, you're not going to feel it all, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. They will feel better. They will feel better. Because, yes, honestly, the plan is not for you.
No.
Unfortunately, you're the only person that can make your plan.
That part.
Because it's your stuff. And it should be what you want to happen. So you're the one that has to go through the process and the steps to get it done. But it is for the benefit of the people that are going to be left behind having to clean it all up.
So I'm hearing you say that it's more about reducing the emotional, remember we're talking crash and burn here, the emotional burdens of it all.
Yes.
And sometimes when we're just surviving, it is hard to plan past what we're doing for dinner tonight if we even got that far.
Yes.
Right? So yeah, you're planning for 20, 30 years down the line. But like, how does it relieve the burden?
So I like people to remember part of the plan is not just after death, but it's during life and incapacity. And that part is truly for you. That while you're alive, maybe you can't do all the day-to-day things that you are responsible for doing. You get in an accident, you didn't die, but you're in a coma. You're quadriplegic.
Bless it.
You had a stroke, which, you don't have to be particularly old to have a stroke. Anyone can have a stroke at any moment.
Nowadays.
And you can no longer communicate for yourself.
Yeah.
But all of those responsibilities continue.
Yes.
All of the people depending on you are still looking for your income, your say-so. So you need to have someone that's already set up in place that can step in at a moment's notice and continue those things that you do on a daily basis. Just knowing that you have that person set, already authorized to sign checks for you, pay bills, maybe pay your employees, keep payroll running on time. That, even if you're not in an accident, should give you peace of mind that whatever I have to do every day, things are going to keep moving if I can't be the one to do it.
Zach, that's so real, bro. Like, especially as a business owner, as a chiropractor, that's one of the number one things. Like, when the chiro goes, everybody's income is jacked because they didn't have like key person anything in place, and we always joke about, here, especially in the States, you're just a cog in the wheel, like you're a part of a working machine. But even the littlest piece, so like, I see how that would relieve the emotional burden. But as you were talking, I was also, okay, all right, you guys, there's always homework involved. Let's take a minute of reflection, take a deep breath. It's because somebody gonna pop in your head while she talks. Write that name down, okay? Like when you were just saying that person who you return to, I am board designation 1 of 10. Okay. So sometimes it's hard to pick a favorite sibling or aunt or uncle because you don't want to offend another person. But seriously, a name popped in my head the second you said that. And I mean, I ain't going to tell none of y'all. We ain't finna fight today. But I can just tell you that and you'll coordinate all that and keep the peace.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, and so y'all write that name down. Right? You know who popped in your head, and who you shouldn't. That popped in your head too, and you was like, not that one.
Yes.
Follow your instincts.
And you don't have to assume just because maybe they're the next of kin, the next closest to you. Maybe they're married to you, but if that's not the person you actually want making those decisions, then you definitely need to put what you really want in writing.
Oh, okay. So saying who you're married to, but what about if y'all not married anymore? Can you change stuff?
You better change it.
Okay.
Because if you never changed it, it could still be in effect. And that is the person that can decide if we pull the plug.
I'm gonna need y'all to make some calls.
Yeah. Let's get that updated.
Yeah. Okay. So I forget. What's that called again? It's
the Healthcare Advance Directive.
Yeah. But how is that different from power of attorney?
So typically when you hear power of attorney, you're thinking of the financial power of attorney. So that's the person who would have the authority of your signature, basically. It can make changes and control your assets. So that's where they can make payments and access your money, keep money moving on a daily basis as you would do for yourself.
Do they have to be the same person?
Absolutely not. No. You think about the person who's best with money. Who do I really trust to do that? And also with the financial power of attorney, a big difference is that document is actually effective. Typically, the moment you sign it, it's going to be a durable power of attorney. That means you have given the person the power to be able to access your assets, buy, sell things, create a trust for you, even while you are alive. Well, healthy, you can do all those things yourself. You have given that person that power. So that can be good and convenient. Say you're just out of the country. You don't have access to your checkbook, but a check needs to get written. Your power of attorney, even though you're perfectly healthy, can go grab your checkbook and sign it.
Okay. And in reverse, if you get injured or something happens, that power of attorney has that. But then when you're fine now, like, do you get that back?
Sure. So you're both, you both always have that authority. And just in that time that you were incapacitated, you already had that authority given to somebody that you trust. Yeah, y'all better choose that wisely. And the trust. Oh, okay. 2 questions about that.
because I know there are different types, and we're gonna have one on just solely trust. Listen, business folk, gonna have one just solely trust. Listen, folks with kids, gonna have one just solely trust. Trust me, we gonna talk about trust. Okay? Okay. But real quick, like, when it comes on to trust,
Yes.
and I want, especially since the statistics of having a neurodivergent child, when you yourself are in a high cortisol, stressed out state, increases, it doubles significantly. Science moment, when you are in adrenal fatigue stage 2, so if you can randomly flip a table or cuss someone out, you probably passed stage 1 a while back. If you are prone to having to take more than 20-30 minutes just to convince yourself to get up to pee, to get out of bed and get the ball rolling, you might have passed that stage. We'll talk about adrenals in the other video about burnout and health and what it looks like. But when you are in stage 2 and 3, you can reverse the cortisol. So you're not just giving out stress hormones, you start taking from the baby. So this will lead later on in developmental things. And when you have a child that is neurologically divergent, autism, Asperger's, the whole 9 yards, someone has to take care of them when you're gone. And that someone should be your trust. Yes?
Yes. So you want to have a trust in place for any children with special needs to ensure that they don't become ineligible for government benefits that they could be relying on after they reach age 18. So if their special needs are going to leave them dependent pretty much for the rest of their lives, when you pass, you don't want what they inherit from you to take away their government benefits.
Wait, hold up. So if I leave my child money, the government is going to be like, oh, you good?
Yeah. So you don't need these benefits anymore, right? Your mom left you $10,000.
You know how quick that goes with a kid?
Yes.
That's
exactly. But the benefits will be canceled because a special needs child can't have more than $2,000 of assets in their name personally and still get benefits. So we got to make sure that $10,000 goes somewhere else, but it can still be used for your child. They will need it.
Yes.
They should be able to use it. So it needs to go into a special needs trust. Specifically, a third party special needs trust is where you want what you have to be passed down to a special needs child. So it's never really theirs personally.
Right.
And so it doesn't count and disqualify them for benefits.
Okay.
But you have to have done that before you die and before they inherit anything.
Okay. Again, her info is going to be in there. It's not that went over my head, but that hit my heart so much. I'm going to need to digest that a bit more and ask a lot more questions. We'll talk about that because we're spicy out here. We need spiciness protection. But okay, so you said a third party special needs trust. I've only heard of an irrevocable trust. They're different.
So typically a special needs trust is going to be irrevocable.
Okay.
So that is basically just a quality of the trust. Revocable means you put something in the trust, you can take it back out of the trust. That's typically going to be used just to avoid probate. Okay. So almost anybody, I would recommend you have a revocable living trust that avoids the probate process. It does not protect benefits. It does not.
It protects legacy, but it doesn't protect benefits.
It avoids the probate process.
All right.
Yeah. So an irrevocable trust, if done correctly and meets all of the standards, can help you qualify for government benefits, whether it's SSI for special needs or even long-term care, Medicaid benefits.
So besides, getting on your schedule and booking like a 4-hour session and feeding you at Christmas dinner, how can I start this conversation with like a co-parent involved or a grandparent on, hey, we gotta like talk about reality, because if I don't make it my kids have to be taken care of.
Mhm.
And so what is or even if you observe but you don't want to be all up in people's business,
Mhm.
but you need to talk to that sibling about that child. Like, how, give me an example on how to have this conversation. And we'll get back to the differences in trust later, bro. We're going to have a trust conversation. Trust me. Okay. Right. Uh, like individual ones. We'll have just in the class community, we'll put a tab and all of Amina's things, and we'll just keep adding to it as we grow and learn with Amina, okay? And Amina is a part of our community too. Reach out to her anytime. You'll see her picture, and then you just click and hey, Amina. Okay. But how? Let's role play. Right?
Okay.
All right. We're at Thanksgiving. We're cutting it up. Gatorade don't pay me, but we're gonna role play. Okay. And my kids are spicy because I'm spicy too. How would you start talking to me? That lovingly way you do.
Yes.
Not be like, hey, bro, what you fit? Like, don't be like me.
Uh-huh.
Be you.
Yeah.
How do you start that conversation
So
with someone like me,
Mhm.
who at any minute can flip a table or take an offense? I'm being human here. Don't
Yes.
don't judge me.
We're gonna
This is
keep
judge free
you.
zone.
We're
Yeah.
gonna stay on
How
level
do you do
one.
that? Yeah.
Yes. So it would be like have you considered? So what would happen if kind of worst case scenario tomorrow?
You trying to kill me, Dad?
It wouldn't be me, but it's always possible.
Mm.
And if it's tomorrow, before your kids are old enough to do all these things on their own, do you have somebody in a legal document that has been designated to be their legal guardian?
So in my life insurance policy, my sister's the beneficiary, and then I guess the secondary is them. Is that what you mean?
No, a little different. So
Okay.
kind of money being used for your kids is one thing, but who is going to be legally responsible? Who's going to decide where they live, where they go to school, whether or not they go to the doctor? So different.
But I mean, I'm divorced. Isn't he just gonna have to deal with that?
While he's alive, sure. But what if he's gone too? Then everyone's probably going to be jumping up. Ooh, it should be me. It should be me. It should be me. But who do you really want to be the one like you would have?
Like, they didn't talk about that at all in the divorce papers, and we talked about a lot of stuff. But I really don't know. Like, if they've been with me the whole time, what's it gonna be like if they go with him instead of, that aunt or older cousin that's been helping me this whole time?
Yeah. So once both parents are divorced, are gone, we are way past divorce papers. None of that's going to matter.
What if the custodial parent is gone? Do they automatically default go to the other one?
Yes, while the other parent is still alive and they still have legal rights to the child, then yes, they would be the designated legal guardian.
Okay.
But if both parents are gone, we need a plan.
Okay. And so and if the other parent isn't, paternal, or they call it legitimized, yeah. Do they automatically go to that stranger in some cases, or do they just go with a grandparent or somebody?
They will go pretty much to whoever steps up and says that I'm willing and I'm the best person to do it.
Oh, they get choices?
Yeah. So, and then it's ultimately the judge's choice of who your kids go to. But if you designated your preferred person in your will, the judge is going to listen to that choice first.
So I can write it down on a napkin and stick it in my file cabinet, right?
Not in Georgia.
But what if I get it notarized at the bank, the napkin?
No.
Oh. But wait, LegalZoom said that and not knocking Legal Zoom. We have a partnership. You'll see the affiliate link, all that other stuff. Knew it before I knew you.
Mhm.
Just need that disclaimer out there.
Yeah.
And go act like I did, and a lot of us do. So chill. But like they just make it seem so easy.
Yeah. I mean, unless LegalZoom is going to be right there with you to print out all the pages and to make sure everyone signs in the right place, to make sure you have two witnesses and a notary. No, the notary does not count as one of the two witnesses. If they're going to walk you through all of that nuance to make sure you did it just right and to make sure you have a self-proving affidavit at the end of that will, so we don't have to track down the random witnesses at the bank
who don't even work there no
later.
more.
Yeah. I would have a professional involved in that process.
All right, and you said print out, track down, keep all the papers together, and I mean, we have the cloud, but and I'm not giving us all the excuses in the world. These are just really some excuses. These are some. You gotta talk me out of being right because my brain says I'm right, but it don't necessarily mean I'm right. But I'm like, but if I got it in the cloud though,
No, the cloud is useless when it comes to a will.
Okay.
If you have to probate a will, you need to have that original document, that original page that was signed. A copy is not good
That's
enough.
why you got that binder. Yes. Yo, you should see it. Actually, next time, Amina's got this really cute personalized binder. She puts like all the stuff in it, like right there and there. Yeah, it's so cute. I'm sorry, but that's a fly binder.
Thank you. It keeps all your important documents all in the same place, and you tell your designated person exactly where to find the binder, and then they have the whole roadmap of your plan right there.
Okay. Oh God, that's a lot. And again, so most people are gonna get this with the recording. So you missed the live. My bad. Let me check and see if there's been any questions. Bro, that question's about a trust. We're gonna talk about trust later. We're gonna talk. I promise you. Promise. Okay. Okay. Cool. Um. Okay. This is a nice one. All right. It's Charlie. Charlie says, "How does legacy really mean, or how is legacy and money different?" I think this is from when you said that it's different between handling your money. And I was like, you mean legacy. So Charlie's asking, what's the difference? And I get it, especially as a Caribbean. You work hard for the money. That's the money you leaving behind. That's your legacy, that's your name. But there's more to us than the money we leave behind. And I want to do this in a role play wise, right? Like when you're talking to that business owner that work 50, 60 hours a day, which I do, so talk to me, bro. How do you go about letting them know there's more to this than the money, your work, all this time for money for what? Because what's your kid gonna think? What's your kid gonna know? What's your company? All of those things. And we touched on it before. Sorry if you dropped it earlier. But it's a matter of come at me like a stubborn ass business owner. I am. That's gonna be easy. Okay. So role play. Role play. Let's role play because we're teaching them how to these conversations, right? And it's a thing. It's a thing.
So when I hear legacy, I mean everyone's gonna leave a legacy, whether they're trying to or not. The question is it going to be a good one or a bad one?
Ooh, what's a bad one?
Your legacy could be you worked 50, 60 hours a week and either spent it all, so there's nothing left, or you left a lot, but who knows where it's supposed to go. So you left a messy legacy.
Ooh, she said don't be messy.
You could do that.
Okay.
But if you put some intention and some planning behind all that you're doing in life, you can ensure you leave a helpful legacy. Are you doing all this work now just so your kids are going to basically start over from square one? Or are you doing all this work now so that you're creating a stepstone that they get to step on top of and just jump even higher from there? That's what I would prefer all of my time to have been used for.
I hear you. I hear you. I'd like to say the same. You know,
It's not too late.
right. And this is okay. This is a no judgment. We listen and we don't judge. This is a judgment-free zone, and also, especially since, like, there's no shame in it. Like, I will be real. I am grown, and I feel like before I had a lot of things put together better. You know, I even had a will, but sometimes when you add more and more kids onto it, and then changes in careers and stuff, things don't get updated.
Yes.
I'll be honest, the other day I was cleaning up and I was like, hey, I'm so responsible. Here's the key to the firebox where the will is. Yeah. I was looking through it. I was like, one, I ain't married no more. Two, this only really gives instructions for one kid.
There's two.
There's so many changes for that. So how would you have a conversation with someone and be like, unless you update them papers?
Yeah. So
What's that look like?
I don't mind reviewing what you have for free, and we'll see. Is it still working for you? Great. If not, we might need to make some changes, tweak it a little bit, just some updates, switch out some names. Are those people still alive?
Are those people still your people you want to leave your child to?
Exactly. We live, we learn. So we can make changes as we go, and there's nothing wrong with that.
So it's not set in stone.
Yes. So you should, whenever you make your plan, you should revisit it every maybe 10 years or so, when large milestones in life happen.
Like having kids.
Yes. Having more kids, having older kids.
Starting a business.
Yes. Starting businesses, and maybe ending marriages. Yeah. All those are big things where we had a plan, but we might need to deviate a little, and we need to get that in writing too.
Okay. And it's hard to face sometimes. Yeah. But
but it is what it is.
So it's not, and hopefully it's not too late.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like we touched on so many subjects. I hope you were keeping up. If at any point in time you have a question on something else, drop it in the comment or contact Amina directly. You can click on your membership. If you're seeing this through the school community, click on your membership. You'll see Amina. Click to talk to Amina. If you're seeing this through YouTube or snippets, any other place, because I mean it this time, I'm really going to do marketing. I got a friend for that now. I'm way less stressed. But drop it in the comment here or contact us at admin@riverwellcairo.com, whichever is your pleasure. And either book one-to-one with Amina, right? You do those things, right?
Yeah, I do free 1-hour consultation. So let's just talk about your situation and see what you
need. How
need.
much lawyers cost per hour, and you're gonna give it to them for free?
1 hour. 1 hour for free.
It's because you're part of our school community, and we really appreciate that.
Yes.
And all of her contact information will be there. Do you have anything else you want to touch
on? Even if you don't feel you want to have really direct, open conversations with family members, there's nothing that keeps you from creating your plan. Have a conversation with a professional, with an attorney. You create your plan. It can be a secret while you're alive. Nobody has to know.
She said move in silence, but get in motion.
But you still made the plan.
Okay.
They will appreciate you for doing it, and they can't argue with you anymore.
Just saying. I'm just saying. So remember in Hamilton? Did you see Hamilton?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I remember the part where he was like, "How'd you do it? How'd you graduate so fast?" He goes, "It was my parents' dying wish."
You're an orphan.
Bro, it dawned on me later when he said, I'm a trust fund baby. You could trust me. That was because his parents' dying wish were the words in the trust. And in order to get access, he had to
graduate. Okay.
So, like,
yeah, you actually put the bow on that. I had kind of put them together, but you can trust me, baby.
So, if you are one of us who may be a little bit on that A-type personality and like, well, if I give it to them, they're just going to do this, that, and the other. That's what a trust is for. They have to follow it to the letter.
Yep.
How about that?
It's up to you.
Okay, so we're gonna head out. Okay, and we're going to have another conversation soon. If there's any topic you would like to ask her, talk to her about, or you want to see one of these about, go ahead and drop it in the comments. We're open to suggestions, right?
Sure.
I'll take any excuse to hang out with her. Yeah, no. And so bye for now. Thank you, school. And for everybody that's part of the Crash and Burnout Club, let's go ahead and let's get everything. No, that's going to sound weird. You know what? You're not alone. You might be a solopreneur, but you have a team. Everyone in here, you'll see there are doctors, there are lawyers, there are mechanics, there are stay-at-home moms. We're all here, so reach out. Let's get through this journey together. And okay, bye. Okay, bye.
Happy birthday!
Oh yeah, it's my birthday. And Team Grinch, if you ain't know, Team Grinch. Okay, Team Santa.
Apparently.
Yeah. Okay, bye.